That's going to bump him up, keep him in the running right now.
And it looks like two teams knocked each other. We did call this out earlier, Baker Mayfield getting knocked. But it was Lupo again who went down. He gets picked up by Keenan, and now it's a full-on battle. An RPG, can he get this in through the door? It's a possibility, yes! Ooh. Huge tag, but it's not going to finish him off. He gets away. Dr. Lupo has one, too. Double RPG for this team, but he can't fit through the door.
This is kind of crazy right here. This rocket launcher action. See here, they know where he's at. He's behind that wall.
He shoots that right above the wall. It might actually connect, but he could be under the stairs, too. Reverse 2K and Baker Mayfield. Ooh, these teams are actually sitting right next to each other.
Knock the wall out right there.
Going right back around, kind of switching up the angles right here. One more rocket launcher. Lupo saw him. He decided if he wanted to shoot it. Good thing he didn't. That door is closing right afterwards. Would have hit the splash damage back on himself.
Ooh, he opened it, fires it.
Bait.
No connects, but does knock that down.
To the right inside here. I don't have a shotgun, though. I don't really feel...
Here's reverse, though. Lupo drops down as well. Lupo can try it 1v2 again. He almost did it last time. But against reverse 2K, it's going to be difficult. He's already low HP. And no high ground advantage this time.
Good job on him. Is going to find the elimination. The thirst right there to get that siphon up. It's going to give him the heals he needs. And
I have no
one more shot
anymore.
here. Lupo has no shield right now. Reverse is hunting.
You push in right here. On me.
So like he played the reverse card. Things have turned around now.
All of a sudden, we're in Uno. Still going to get up height. Just takes a little bit of materials that he actually picked up while running through all that different things. And now he has something to work with. He actually took right back on the high ground. They're going to stay down.
It's a Colt
not
skin,
to push this anymore.
Blue football skin. White helmet.
I think it was a good call, though. They were trying to slow down. Remember, if they isolate one another, Lupo can totally pick one off and suddenly turn things around. Now look.
Get away. Get away, Lupo, please. No, they're bouncing. He has no materials. The best he can do is just shoot back, and it's not going to work. Reverse 2K takes him out, finishes the deal.
All right, nice.
The craziest part is Reverse and Lupo are sitting right next to one another. He just saw the thumb action. He pointed next door like, dang, it was this guy.
Curious where the rest of the competitors are on the map. Let's take a look. Looks like some people migrated up towards Pleasant Park. Clicks and Tariq Cohen, who were just this close to winning the last game. End up going down to Tfue and losing high ground. Now Nate Hill and Eddie Vanderdoes against him.
Right here, trying to get some shots back, but looks like he's trying to jump into the box. Great defensive shot. But you know he's fighting a box warrior right here. The walls are being taken so fast.
This is going to take forever to pop right now.
Oh,
Eddie can't do anything from the top, and they're both going to go down. Tariq Cohen takes out Eddie, and then Clicks takes out Nate Hill. You mentioned it. That's not someone you want to box fight against.
Clicks went 100-0.
All right, me too.
His stream against anyone that was willing to fight him. So that's that, showing you how good of a box fighter he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate Hill, one of our best players out there, you know, great competitor and making it look too easy.
Of course, now that they all can move out into different areas, different locations, they're going to slow down a little bit. Looks like Clicks and Tariq have completely controlled Pleasant Park. They kind of cleaned up. Maybe even got a little bit of extra time to loot here. But seems like they might opt to actually go for better position.
I was asked, though.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. When that battle started, I thought Nate Hill had the advantage. He had everything he needed, material-wise and whatnot. So that's going to be a huge come-up for them because they just took everything, capped off, and they're out. They're off to go find positioning, like you said. And this would be quite the battle to see unfold right now, as Unknown is hitting his shots, of course.
Of course he is. You don't see Unknown shooting a weapon and not connecting very often. Unknown. One of those players, he's starting to looking at, just based on his vibe right now, looks like he's feeling a little bit more comfortable than he might have been earlier as he got taken out quickly in that Frenzy Farm zone.
And here's Avante Maddox's perspective. He's just trying to keep up. A little material drop right there. He's going to keep him in the running. He's going to swap that tactical out for the pump.
Duck!
Duck in real life for a second there. Look, trying to get under those shots. Sometimes, you know, you got to get immersed in the gameplay or it doesn't feel right.
That's something you always do. I see you. I see you dodging.
I got that habit, man.
you're even just moving and you're going left and right with your whole body.
You're not a gamer if you're not. I mean, I don't know. Now our game 1 winner here, Tfue. I don't see his teammate.
I don't see his teammate, but he's definitely there right behind him. Kyler Murray already firing shots, but oof, gets chucked right back, and that's the signal for Aiden and Kurt Benkert to pounce. Tfue has a decent position on the side, though. He's going to be able to take shots and support Kyler from down below, but ooh, he gets immediately knocked down. That's exactly what Aiden is so good at. Tfue now by himself.
Player, bro.
Such a crazy pinch right there, and it's what you expect. The players that kind of single out the weak links or, you know, find the player who falls behind or something like that, they're going to jump on them in a 2v1 fashion. That's how that went down. So it's about having the best teamwork, the best synergy, or you're going to lose your teammate. Doesn't matter who you are here. So now it's
All right, I'm just gonna spray in it.
up to him to play
Shoot the
defense
tree.
here. Shots are coming in. They're trying to clear the air right now.
I think that signal that's going to happen right back. Tfue
yeah,
did
build
actually
fighting right
take
now, though.
shots
I
while they
fight.
were in the bush. And they're built battling again, reminiscent of so many different things that Aiden does
fight.
at all the
Good
different
spot.
tournaments. The spray coming down. Kurt Benkert did
yourself.
get back up to full
Can you knock
HP.
it down?
And this is how it looks,
wait, don't
just
block
like
the last
this.
strand now, though, or down, or I'll die. Can you start just break it down, though?
I'm ready.
All right, wait, are you? Hold on. Go.
Here we go. They're attempting to knock it all down.
Oh, wait, it's not ready.
So close to getting knocked. Ended up
coming
rebuilding, and now that's the opportunity that
Here it
Tfue
comes,
gets
here it
right
comes.
back down.
Wait, is it connected?
It keeps getting reconnected by accident by these guys.
Break it.
One wall.
Oh, yeah, you did. On me!
Great movement
I'm
here
hurt.
by Aiden
I'm
so
hurt.
far. He's
Hold on.
trying his best right now, but these
We're gonna have to
flops are going to
rotate
keep him in
soon.
the
We're taking
game.
too
That
much
was a great
time.
slurp fish right there.
We have to kill him.
There it is from up above. Tfue manages to take it. He did hold it while they were trying to knock him down, but the third party coming in from the side. And Zone is going to start moving here soon.
heavy.
So this fight is going to end up with both teams possibly getting eliminated here if this
I
doesn't
got
wrap
4
up
floppers,
quick.
bro. It's about to be bad for them, not me.
Yes, and that's the call. He can stay in zone if he wants to.
It's the situation at hand right here.
They're leaving.
Now the zone's coming, and is that Chap over there? Cal Van Noy. We got eyes on the field here, and Tfue's just going to go ahead and respectfully disengage right now, just keeping eyes on the field.
He looks kind of angry. He's
go.
running towards them. He might be holding a grudge against these two.
Rock gives like a lot of bread.
With how well he performed in that fight, too, you know, the confidence is up there. He's definitely doing a great job fending off Aiden. Kurt Benkert.
All right, well, I think we're gonna have to go there still.
I'm surprised that Chap didn't stay
Trying
here
to AR.
to hold these guys out as much as possible.
Just keep going.
Actually rotating
Is there
parallel
more
with
builds?
Tfue
There's people
still.
here, you said?
So it's a possibility they re-engage later on.
Alright.
I was going to say, Tfue was trying to see if he can pick off Kurt really quickly in the background right there to see if he can leave him in the dust, in the storm. It was unsuccessful. He did land a couple shots, though, and now he's trying to replenish his material. That was a fight that was extended a bit there. Back over with Chap here.
Not sure what Kyle's shooting at right now.
Trying to break a wall or something there.
Oh, grenades coming in, possibly really good. You gotta back up. And they are gonna do that. No damage is incurred on Kyle or Chap. Ooh,
All right.
I'm getting trapped. He's one shot.
it's Tfue. It's actually Tfue. They did re-engage on the center island, and Aiden
controller
gets
players,
down
bro,
with the
they're
trap.
weird.
Tfue, what
Jumping
a
on you,
play.
Be careful. Hello, baby.
Got another one right there. So that was a big catch. Aiden's gonna get taken out. Kurt Benkert by himself now, pinched between Chap and others. They're just keeping an eye on things out here, really listening.
Probably better than staying here. So we're gonna have to swim across. Hopefully no one's looking this way.
Decision.
Alright, well, yeah, we can.
Point is-
We're just gonna stay here.
Move across or stay on the island. And given that this is
Let's
the
just
5th
sit in the
zone,
bush.
it is going to
Get out
be
here.
either on the island or the other side. And if they're stuck on the island, if it goes to the other, it's almost an impossible rotation to swim across the gap.
I think
The dice
someone's gonna
roll right
rotate
here. In
behind
the
it,
best case
though.
scenario, it lands on top of them. In an okay scenario, those
Yeah.
other guys got to move too. So it's really up to the mercy of the next storm wave to figure out the fate of Chap and Cal Van Noy. Tfue has no shield anymore. Got that last engagement, but it was well worth. He did get 2 points out of it.
If he wins this game again, can you imagine? By himself, which was the same situation other times. These guys were rotating next to each other too, and Unknown Army was definitely hitting shots on Clicks and Tariq Cohen.
Symphony no stranger to making it through to endgame here. Notice he's in a great position right now off on the mountain, off the side here. Metcalf trying to see if he can find a little angle to find shot here. No points this game so far unless they've earned it through placements already.
Tariq Cohen and Clicks already setting up to possibly take another high ground advantage in that 5th zone. We'll see, as it is starting to close right now. 30 seconds until we get that revealed.
He's already got 3 eliminations. We know they took out Nate Hill, his teammate here, but let's look now. From Tariq's perspective, he's kind of finding some opportunity. Loot looking well, Clicks looking confident here as well. He's got eyes on the field right now. This next zone is going to determine a lot for these players that are outside. Remember before Clicks had that height, he wasn't able to hold anyone out of retail row in game 1. Now things are different.
We're gonna wait, just wait. We're gonna wait for everybody else to rotate and then we rotate.
I thought he was saying run away. I was like, okay, you're just gonna go early. I like it. See the different positions. Unknown Army and Avante Maddox definitely taking a strong position towards that zone. Clicks and Tariq Cohen are gonna try to follow up, but again, Unknown looks right back and beams him.
I need you to give me some match.
Unknown definitely played it right, used that outer storm line and paused the moment he found himself in the zone here. And now it's up to him to land these shots here. That heavy is not going to connect.
I just got sniped for nothing.
Little shield crack right there on someone down below.
No, it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me. It didn't.
Ooh, Chap actually took out DK Metcalf,
Oh, no, I
who's Symphony's teammate. And now they're going across, they're swimming across the water as they were stuck on that center island. I think they're going to be able to pull it off.
Unknown Army doing a good job right there, letting his teammate Avante know, don't look that way, things can get kind of crazy. Tfue somehow makes it across the water here, and it's Nick A30 and David Morgan who had the base that found itself in the zone again. Kurt Van Kurt somehow still alive as well, trailing behind.
He can get revenge here.
Very slow and sneaky.
He can get revenge for Aiden.
You guys are fucking big, man,
If Tfue actually goes down to him, that would be huge. They're still not in zone, either one of them. And it could happen on the rotation here. Kurt's trying to make his way in. This is a tough spot for anybody to be in.
He's doing a really good job sticking close, but not too close.
He might make it in. I think he's
Suddenly,
going to
there
do
it
it.
is.
He's trying to conserve materials, though. You can see he's hiding under the old structures, and only 150 left for him. He's going to have to hope for a miracle.
He's doing such a good job right now. Keeping a low profile here.
Oh my god, oh my god.
And he got zoned!
Ooh. You can hear the reaction. He actually got zoned. Got to be careful, though, because players are starting to pickaxe and box right next to each other as they claim space in towards the next zone. Nick A30 and David Morgan are fortunate enough to get both 5th zone and 6th zone on high ground. But Tfue right below them. We saw what happened last game. That high ground is not safe if he's under you.
Not at all, but
I have no AR.
fortune favors the bold, and that's where they're at right here with the height. As we know it.
High ground here, you can just follow my lead. I'm gonna need some of your maps. If you can give me, come up here and give me brick and metal, and then we're laughing.
Great comm right there. He wants the material so that Nick can take the lead here.
That's all I got.
Perfect. Okay.
He's gonna drop all of his hard mats, all of his heavy material, the stuff with the most health here. Now Unknown Army Clicks once again right on top of one another on this big rotation. Chap and Cal Van Noy looking very good as well.
They're gonna try to shoot us down. I don't want to go too high.
I'm
gonna extend out. I want to go
try
above
to
this
connect
mountain.
towards the mountain. If they get knocked, it
One
could be
underneath me.
really bad for them because they lose any of the
have no
positional
AR.
advantage they have before even going up the mountain.
Zone's pulling
Here
up.
it comes, Unknown in the background. There's so many good players. It might look like David Morgan and Nick A30 have the advantage here, but with the amount of players that are so strong at this end game, it could go anywhere.
And Kurt's still alive. He's just, chilling on the side there somehow, still in the game. 8 players left. Chap now trying to get a piece of this height here. Gets up and over the mountain. He's still alive. Kyle's still super healthy too.
And he's right on top of him. Meanwhile, Clicks did take out David Morgan from high ground, so that might be an indication that things have changed up above. Clicks did just end up getting a full elimination. They're going to slide right down. Chap, so good with the position.
Great move right there. Now they're ahead here. Nick's by himself. on the backside of the storm. Avante's gonna fall here, Unknown's by himself, and Kurt still in the running here, earning placement and staying in the game.
By himself, without his streamer, he got 5th place. Remember how far Aiden was when he went down. Meanwhile, Unknown Army and Avante Maddox did take height, and they're gonna maintain it in the next one, but right on top of him. Ooh, the edit down. 72 white, he could get it. He did get the siphon from Nick A30 there. That healed him a little bit, but now I believe it's a 1 versus 2. If anybody can do it, it's Unknown. Here we go.
All he has to do is hit this big shot right here. Goes for it. That's 1.
Oh, the bandage cannon keep him
zone.
alive in
Oh my
zone.
gosh.
Can he get the siphon? No, he's not going to be able to get it.
Let's go,
And it's going to be Chap and Kyle Van Noy with the win in the second game.
Cracked.
The positional plays to go down on low ground. Unbelievable there. That's game number 2.
Being the X factor there. Had a small opportunity to hit the siphon, didn't quite connect. But Chap somehow turned things around. Honestly, the difference, Bala, was sliding off the mountain, just getting off of that mountain.
Kind of recognizing that that mountain wasn't going to be in play for the majority of that in that 6th zone, that first moving. They had the possibility of kind of jumping down, and they took it.
That is definitely how it all kind of crumbled there. And honestly, keeping Kyle Van Noy alive, he was following suit, playing the game, staying in the running.
Exactly, and that's not hard to do. I mean, that's not easy to do. To stay with somebody like Chap, who goes so fast in these endgames, tunnels so far ahead, gets, you know, the speed that you really have to have in order to kind of survive and to tunnel in that way. Kyle Van Noy to stick right on his back, that's not hard to do. I mean, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, remember, they were on the island, right? Against
Yes.
all odds. Nick A30 and David Morgan holding him out in that stronghold position. Clicks on the other side there, and they still managed to pull it off. But I think the unsung hero, Kurt Van Kurt.
Yes.
What was that all about?
The NFL player losing his streamer in, I think, he was like, what, 3rd zone that Aiden went down to Tfue
right there.
on
Yep.
that center island when they ended up re-engaging with Tfue by himself. He went down to that trap. And then Kurt Benkert by himself through all the difficult moving zone is able to do that. That's what that experience from winning the NFLPA arena kind of challenge that they did. He's at 10,000 hype points. I don't have that many.
You
probably don't have that many.
I definitely don't. No. He's about double me right now. But that's the kind of prowess you need, man. And that's going to keep them that much closer to staying on that first page because their first game actually went kind of good as well. Consistency still going to be the name of the game here. That was only game 2, though. Things are getting crazy. Things are getting heated. I mean, points are still racking up here. Anyone can take it.
Yeah, and we are tallying those, so we're going to bring you guys that as we can. But we are going to toss in towards center stage. Puckett, what you got for me?
Man, this has been a party, Donovan. I know we were watching backstage. Some big plays being made by both our pros and, of course, the NFL stars.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy, man, seeing, you know, football players hold it down for the Fortnite players and vice versa. It's been a good time, good competition. I can't wait for game 3 and 4.
Heck yeah, Chap and KVN coming out on top of that one. But we want to take a moment and thank our partners for making this event possible. Twitch Rivals, the Streamer Bowl is brought to you by Verizon. And of course, with Verizon 5G, you can take the biggest games on the go with the 5G ultra wideband. Remember, it's not about how you play, it's about how you win. There's 5G and then there's Verizon 5G.
Yes, sir, man. You can't forget about TurboTax as well.
TurboTax, you got to do your taxes, kids. You make that money. Make sure you pay the government as well. They'll come after you. Ask Wesley Snipes. But TurboTax, they got live CPAs on the ready to help you out so you can get all of your taxes done right and get the best refund possible. Donovan, we're halfway done, man. 2 games in. It's anyone's game. You got an eye on any player?
Man, I got my eye on
Juju and
Mike
Bugha didn't
Evans,
work out this big.
Nick Merckx.
Nick Merckx?
You
Big
know,
Mike?
Got my
All right.
Jamal Adams, man.
We got a lot of players
Kyler.
still to go, a lot of games, guys. I got to throw it to break. When we come back, we got game 3. Don't go anywhere. This is the Streamer Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to beautiful Miami, Florida. It's Super Bowl week, and we are here with Twitch Rivals for the Streamer Bowl 2020. We're halfway through the games, and so far, it's anyone's match. Tfue popping off in our first game. Then, of course, it was Chap and KVN getting the win in Game 2. But now it's time for Game 3. It's time to find out who is going to be in the lead right now. It's still Tfue and Kyler Murray sitting at the top with 32 points. Chap right behind him at 26, and Aiden and Kurt Benkert, after Kurt survived to the top 5 finish, will be sitting there at 23. So many players, though, still in this lobby. Everyone has a chance. Clicks with some great play has helped his team as Tariq Cohen and Clicks sit there at 18 points. And then, of course, 9th place, not that far behind, just 5 points away is Symphony and DK Metcalf, with Tim the Tapman sitting in 12th with Jonathan Abram. As we take a look at the last card, though, Nate Hill, Los Polos. We got Dr. Lupo and Bugha and Juju. The surprise of the event, they've been getting picked early, but any game could be the moment they turn this one around. You guys ready to get Game 3 started? Our players are about to get back on the buses. Everyone ready to go here in Miami. So let's send it back to our casters for game number 3. We got Monster and Bala. Where are we going, guys?
Thank you. We're getting to the battle bus real soon because things are really hitting up right now. Like you said, you saw that first page. That top 4 is tight.
Yeah, that top 4 is tight, and something that's interesting for sure is that the top of the top, Tfue is actually holding the bottom out. Took them out both times. That's Bugha and Juju Smith. They're out. I mean, for right now, they're still at 0 points. You never know. Tfue might find some grenades right on top of them again.
What I'm finding the most interesting is in the Game 1 and the Game 2, the strategies were like parallel. They went perfectly. The same teams are kind of combating against one another. Aiden and Tfue in Game 1 had a conflict. Happened again in Game 2. Obviously, Bugha, we saw how he fell to Tfue at the same time. So all these players are just moving. It's like they're thinking the same.
Yeah, they're all thinking the same. That's what leaves you at the top. Let's take a look at the Game 3 hot drop. It is going to be over there. It's that Dirty Docks area. These 4 grid spaces right here. The big one, obviously Dirty Docks, but there's a lot more space around the edges here.
This one's a little different to play around. We're talking heavy elevation. We know they can play off the power lines. They can play off the big mountain here. All these spots have loot that spawns on top of them.
Yeah, and of course, the elevation is key. Don't forget these power lines. That's what Monster's talking about. They're spread across this entire area, about 3 of them, and you could zip line to any single one. They have chests up above. You never know. That could be Kyle Abrams up there. He could set up with a sniper rifle and do exactly what he did last time against Bugha. You never know. They're Dirty Docks, though. This is Tfue's hometown.
That is true. I mean, he plays all around this area, that Steamy Stacks, as does Nate Hill. We've seen him land here time and time again, so there's a lot of players. Once again, they're all familiar. All of them have, familiarity in their own rights, especially to some of these important pieces of land. That lodge right there, so important. This entire area is a nest for great loot.
And something that Tfue has been relying on, the fishing holes. There's plenty of those to kind of rely on in that area, and a lot of different river opportunities. Players are getting started, though, getting ready to go into game number 3. I can't be more excited for this one.
I love how, everyone's now resorting to the manual, right? We have the printout of the location for them so they can really dive in and break it down. So Tfue's looking at it. He's, formulating a strategy right now for his teammate here. And that's how it's all going to happen. And lucky for us, I mean, I'm seeing Battle Bus action.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. The Battle Bus is launching. Let's get into game number 3. We're so close to crowning our victor here at Twitch Rivals at the Streamer Bowl. There's Dirty Docks to look at the POI that we are dropping in.
That is right, and players to look out for here, once again, you just got to keep an eye on Nate Hill and some of the others, as we said before, but you can see that's the Battle Bus. These are the great shots, the cinematics. We don't know where exactly it's cutting through, so for some, it might be a long stretch. It might be a tough, kind of pull to land. For others, it might be kind of easy, right? Maybe it's kind of close, but we'll see here. This is definitely one of those stretches they're going to have to cut across here now.
And when you say stretch, you're talking about the distance. You have to go from the bus to the spot that you're landing at. It takes a lot longer. Chap and Kyle Van Noy are getting a touchdown quite early on the bridge on the outskirts here. It's something that I didn't really even consider.
So looking left, it almost looks like...
Remember, they had that big map in front of them. You get to get a good look at things so they know, is this a part of that safe spot? And it is. It's just outside. They're playing the cut of the safety zone, staying away from the power lines, away from the actual dock itself.
That's Nick's
That
game.
is so close to the grid
I'm
line.
seeing where
You gotta
they're-
keep
I mean,
an eye
it's
on
on the
them.
grid line.
That
yeah.
is literally on the grid line.
Okay, good.
Chat, finding the spot, finding the loot that nobody else is probably going to realize it's a possibility. Meanwhile, Cal Van Noy went very far from him. I don't even see him on the map.
Looks like Tfue finds Devontae Maddox right there in the feed, so that's going to be one step closer for him to kind of keep his lead and hold his position as our first place runner so far. He had 32 points coming in. That's going to make it, you know, that much more of a distance between the next, but Aiden also up there.
You talked about the lodge. A couple different people trying to contest it. It's going to be Aiden and Kurt Van Kurt chasing down Jamal Abrams.
I don't know where the
The elevation though coming into play here because they're kind of
can go
stuck
up to, like,
now. They're
red
kind of
here,
trapped
right?
between a bunch of different
We can go up more to the
difficult
left.
areas.
We can go over here.
And
Can they
look
find
at,
Sketch. I
any
need that.
extra
I
loot?
don't know.
that's what I was going to say. It's very limited
Oh, these people at the bridge down
material-wise,
there.
right, to move around.
Here it is though. Dirty Docks. Eddie Vander does. Going right on top of Nate Hill. And
right here.
can he find it? No, actually Nate Hill's his teammate. Jonathan Abram is going to go down. I didn't see his teammate nearby at
Okay, I'll
all.
get the stuff.
Based on the position, I thought it was a different team, but yeah, they take him out. That's one elimination for them. Clean wipe.
That's exactly what we expected. This is Nate Hill territory right here.
Ooh, Kyle Van Noy went down. Actually, we didn't see them, but Nick A30 with his partner right on top of Chap. He's at 1 HP, and he's not going to be able to continue his rise to the top.
No, I got them both.
Little by little,
Okay,
we're seeing
pumping a big
Nick
pot.
perform here. He
Let's
was
go, man.
in 6th or
All
7th
right.
place coming in to game 3. Another 4 points because every elimination is worth a little bit more in this format here. Securing this area. Chap was just over on the other side before this. These bridge areas, so they seem to have backed off already. You can see David
So we hear the
sitting
sirens,
back,
so
kicking
we
it.
kinda watch over. Did you end up finding that AR or no?
Yeah, I got one.
Nice.
Lounging. He's lounging. Here's Bugha. On to another player right inside the Dirty Docks. This is what we're used to seeing from Bugha. Unbelievable speed, unbelievable edits. The precision too. Great box fighter, just like Clicks.
I'm gonna get an angle.
He's looking for a different angle, as you heard him say, to shoot down on and actually spot his opponent. Juju giving the pressure up too, but more snipes coming in from the other areas. Juju actually took out Eddie
You chilling?
from a distance.
Hey, you just
God,
looked
they
over
sniped
to the side, someone trying to get a
Wait.
piece of the action
Wait, did
and
the other
finished
one
him
die?
off.
No.
Did he get?
Oh,
was
this
that a
is
knock
Nate
or
Hill
did he
then.
just kill him?
That was a thirst right there.
This is Nate Hill that they're looking for then,
Okay.
right down below them.
The one guy's still under us. You want to drop on him? Okay.
Unfortunate for Nate Hill, last game you saw him go down to Clicks. This game, he might go down to Bugha.
See here,
He's on
Bugha is hunting right now, trying to see if he can find him. He knows he's moving around, and that's the
there's so
indicator
many
right there.
builds
Those
here.
materials being built
I
outwards.
kind of just want to chill and then get more loot. Do you have a mini?
Bugha now
Let me get that.
making the call there. He just wants to chill. Hopefully
Yeah, let's
see
go
some
for the loot.
actual end game from him himself.
We just need to get situated, I'm telling you.
Anything can happen. 2 whole games in front of them.
He's right. Just got to deal with what you got. You can always come back. That's the game of Fortnite. And in any real competition, never give up till the final moments. They might be in 14th place. They've actually risen in the ranks. Finally, as you see in the top right, the whistle has been blown.
All right, we're about to be able to start going.
Our referees are telling us we can now move outside of that first 4 grid area. We can start to venture outwards as we did lose 9 players already.
Oh, okay.
That's a big sigh of relief
done
for
it.
everyone here. As now the rest of the map opens up. The loot pathing can begin, and everyone can figure out where exactly they want to go. Remember, this is all in relation to the zone, though. The zone definitely determines a lot because, yes, they have the opportunity to loot, but they have to cut out. And look who's right there.
Oh my goodness, he was just sitting
Sitting
there the
by.
entire time. That brick makes it so difficult to look through. You can't really get a vision in there. Meanwhile, Reverse 2K coming in on the backside. David Morgan and Nick A30, they had the right idea, the same one that Chap and Van Noy had. And they're already starting to loot, already starting to farm towards the zone. This is probably the team that is farthest away from that grid space right off the bat. As soon as that whistle went, they're gone.
And that's the beauty of it because they played the outskirts, they played the outer line. We saw Tfue doing the same thing when they were moving out as well, so we'll see probably them in steamy stacks. If I had to guess, they were going north. These guys were cutting off west, but the zone matters a lot.
Actually, genius too, because you can use the steamy stacks to just instantly come right back. This is possibly the first time that we're going to see the zone push these players and make them rotate outside of that first POI. We knew it was a possibility because Dirty Doc's right on the outside. But yeah, they are so far ahead of everybody else.
The faster you move, the sooner you can get to those big name locations to get the gear before everyone else. You saw Pleasant Park is in the safe zone. Sweaty Sands, as far as it is still in the safe zone, all untouched, unlooted. Because the format, we force everyone into a 4 grid square to fight one another here at the Streamer Bowl. Kind of spice it up, make it interesting. See our favorites go toe to toe.
This thing about Fortnite, it's always different. There's always different things being played. I love the experimentation with these different kind of things.
Nice.
Great shield find right here for Dr. Lupo. He desperately needs it.
Slurp should be over to the right after we get a couple of these chests.
Ooh, thinking about the slurp truck, but I believe that's going to be gone. I saw a team basically straight ahead. No, it's still there. They could go for that slurp truck. So many teams in the zone right now. Dr. Lupo and Keenan falling victim to what I was talking about. That zone is pushing these guys.
It is true. They got to move fast if they want to get the most effective kind of heal out of the slurp chuck. The longer they're in the zone, the more likely they're not to pick up shields off this. So the idea right now is get to it, break it, and then find their way to the zone right now. Medkits have built their inventories as well, so they're totally fine for the time being. No pressure, no worries. And every single player, not a single player has dropped since the moving zone has started. They all prioritize just cutting across, get out of here.
And a huge wide spread of them coming out on the different areas because as they move out, they're kind of rotating parallel, but not at all coming in to fight each other, not at all gaining any space, but still so much time in zone here for Dr. Lupo and Keenan Allen. You said they have the med kit, so they're going to be fine, but still not something you want to deal with. Bugha and Juju are still up in this game, accruing more placement
We'll be able
points.
to fight that guy if you want to.
Possibly even going forward. They definitely need to fight, though. They definitely need to get a big game here. Otherwise, they're not catching up to Tfue.
That is true, and this campfire is going to be the
I'm going up here north.
You know, deciding factor, kind of bouncing back here, not have to waste material. But there's someone inside the kind of hayfield here, or maybe he was spooked. He kind of let off a shot. You saw it there. And take a look who's cutting from the outside here.
Uh-oh. If Bugha finds it, if Bugha spots it, he can get just one tag, and he's going to get the elimination credit.
Shot at from northwest.
I don't think he knows, though. Avante Maddox goes down to Nick 830. Oh, they found him.
He heard him.
They know exactly how to play this, I think. Reverse. Looks like he has nothing. Looks like a big pot is what he wants. No, one bandage.
Oh, that's probably what he heard. That single heal go off could have potentially been the kind of trigger to give away the location here. And
He's just hoping.
I like the idea, though. I really, really do.
He can't switch weapons because if you switch weapons, it's going to make noise and put out exactly where he is. But they know. There's no hiding here. Reverse. But Bugha still makes it look amazing the way that he gets that flick.
I love the respect, though. He said, you know what, I'm not even going to peek it. I'm going to throw a grenade back there. If you're back there, you're going to have to move.
Yep.
So Reverse is forced to build and give up his spot. And now Bugha and Juju are bouncing back. If they never left here, but we got to fight over the water. Clicks. Tariq. Tim the Tapman by himself.
Tim. You got this. I believe. I want this to happen so bad. Ooh, the little edits coming out from Tim. Right on top of him. Clicks the trap. Possibly walks on top of it. Tim the Tapman takes out Clicks. I think that's worth it. Tariq is going to clean up. He didn't get the actual finish on that, but still. Hey, I'm happy with that if I'm Tim.
With the big toss, too. I mean, anything could have happened. The trap went right outside, and it connected.
I get to switch something, that's it. Good shit, bro.
Yeah.
The save coming in, Clicks and Tariq, and have been so close every time, but not quite pushing all the way to the top. They're in the top 4 right now, trying to settle at the top after the end of this. They've had a little bit of back and forth with Tfue as well.
Yeah, it's because they always make endgame. They're always holding the high ground. They're making it tough every single time.
Get me. This shit doesn't look good.
All right, so here it is. They're finding themselves some good loot right here. This is a good situation for them to bounce back in right now. Tariq is actually going to dodge that snipe by jumping, something that you want to do in Fortnite. You know, make it hard for you to be tracked and hit. Oh, and that right there, easy track, easy hit. Nick Merckx is gonna fall down for not blocking and protecting his behind here. It's Symphony now was pushing in.
I'm getting shot in the back.
Right on top of him. The snipe takes out Nick, so it's all up to Mike Evans right now.
Good nade.
1 versus 2 to save it. He does no shield, so this might be quick work for Symphony. She drops up on top, still trying to take height. He's just got to block him once, but great job by Mike Evans to stay right on top. But DK is knocking it out.
Not making it easy at all. Now the shots are coming in to kind of dismantle all the builds here. It's not held up on much. That's the one rep that's going to need to start coming down. Now we're going to take a look at Pleasant Park. Aiden, we saw the grenades and all the kind of commotion outside coming in. They can see what's happening right here.
Meanwhile, we did see David Morgan go down. That's Nick 830's partner. So I'm curious what's happening 8-in right now. Kurt have 3 eliminations, so I think they were in 4th place last we saw. They're starting to climb the rankings based on the back of really Kurt Benkert in last game.
Absolutely true.
I'll get it later.
Just getting closer and closer. Last we saw, 23 players were up, and just like that, in the snap of a finger, 8 players were dropped in a tight time span, and now the rotation to get to the next zone is beginning. Everyone has to roll out and get to the next safe zone, because the Storm continues to do more damage the longer the game goes on. So you really have to, prioritize positioning if you want to win now. That's what Clix has been doing well so far. He's been a factor for Tfue to worry about so far.
Okay, go.
And it's funny because everybody decided as that zone went across, as that zone pushed them off, that they wanted to go all the way across. Now they're getting forced back towards Salty Springs, towards the center island. Let's take a look. Look at the bottom right as it goes away there. Tfue still at the top. That's the people to beat right now. It's Tfue and his partner.
We saw Unknown Army was still alive as well. One of the dark horses to keep an eye out on, because he is known to be a menace when it comes down to connecting these shots and taking players out. But Bugha's still alive here. Juju's still alive, really crawling their way back from the bottom of the barrel. Little standoff here. They see some players in the distance.
This is the play. There's so much space to work with. Just sit in the bush. You don't have to spend any materials. It's very difficult for anybody to really approach it. Dr. Lupo and Keenan seem to be owning a push of their own. Remember how far outside the zone they were. They did end up taking those medkits, continuing forward. Looks like they did get a scuffle too, because low HP, 2 eliminations on them. I don't know if we had those last time we checked in with them.
It is the mystery right here, but a minute on the zone here, and they're finding themselves one step closer to safety now.
Good job. No, they are.
Looks like they're outside the Weeping Woods. It can get a little crazy here because the big trees hard to see in. Lupo looking from downtown here to see if he can really connect with something big right now.
We're right above them. We're right above them.
And this is the prime position to be.
Yo, if we have a chance to drop on them, we could go for it.
Above opponents.
If you wanted to.
Nate Hill is the target of their fire right now, the target of their strong position. They could make this really rough for him. Tough spot because he's sitting in wood, making it very easy and very, kind of tempting for people to be like, hey, let me just go right on top of this.
A loadout like that, too, you never know what can happen. So he heard it from the mouth of Nate Hill himself.
Yeah, true. That's good. They might not think I'm a duo or the solo, but they should, because it's a shitty little build.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. The wood making it so attractive to just push in right on top of him, right from the side of him, just even spray your weapon at him from distance. Those are free shots because of how weak that wood structure is. If you're unfamiliar with it, there's brick, there's metal, and there's wood.
This is a big clash. It looks like it's about to go down right now.
I have an RPG.
From Aiden's perspective, he has the RPG. He's going to send it inside. It's not going to connect right now, Bugha.
I think
trying to find the hole, trying to thread the needle. Just get that damage.
Let's go.
Last time, though, the fighting actually costed Aiden
Where? All right, got it.
his run, and Kurt Benkert was the one who had to kind of control it. It's funny, though. Kurt Benkert actually controlling Aiden there. Aiden's like hungry. You know Aiden. He's always trying to get in your face, but Kurt's saying, no, no, no. Come on, this is not what we want to do right now. We want to back up. We want to go find some different position. They might net themselves a supply drop from that, possibly some better weaponry, and then a side position on that zone.
Definitely true, but our 6th place team here, Clix.
Yeah.
They're going to find El Dead. Looks like Tariq is going to finish that player up
Yeah,
on the
he can be
river
way
right
better
there,
than
and that
this
was
now.
another two-piece for
promise
them. Now 4 eliminations
Watch
this
out,
game alone.
Coming over the hill. 2 of them.
Good call out right there. He spots someone off in a distance. Sniper's going to be the fear factor for them. They start building here. Let's see if he's going to hit this one. He's going to actually go for it. He's not going to connect. Very close, though. Good lead right there. Good follow-up. And this river is
Yeah, we're gonna be all right.
treacherous to jump into. I don't
Could
think
take
you
the water
realize
and go
it's
all the way
going
around.
up river right there.
Opposite current. Now
Alright, be
Nick
careful
Merckx and
coming
Mike
up, though,
Evans. I thought they
I
were
hate the
fighting, but it
astronaut
looks like they're
for,
just
like,
pushing for a
100.
good position on a height like we saw Clicks in previous games. They're in 7th place right now with 15 points.
I got 6 nades too, bro.
Not a huge gap between them and the top,
Where?
Not
but they've
at
got to
all.
have a huge one here.
Really need it, especially
Yeah,
with the
that's
0
deep, yeah.
elims they're sitting at right now. Makes it that much tighter for them.
78
But
meters.
all these players that are up right now, this is be a big clash that'll shift things.
Nick Merckx has a lot of grenades in his inventory right now. You saw why he marked that, and he said 78 meters because he's making the calculations
might
that he
break
needs
shot.
to possibly throw some grenades and find an easy elimination.
Kind of
Side
spooked
net.
right there. He's trying to reconnect this structure, make sure they're very safe up above. See if it's worth it as the zone is going to pull in just a few seconds here now. 13 players up. Now it's Symphony who's inside the house here. So you have the 7th place team.
We almost got zone. Nice.
Right on top of the 8th place team, and they just pulled zone. So that's how close everything is right now. Should one of our top contenders fall, it's going to swing things for our last game.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Nick Merckx and Mike Evans are in zone. And I think it was Metcalf and Symphony who were kind of spooking them. You said they came back down to reconnect the structure, make it a lot more fortified.
Should be good. We're chilling.
So with that high ground advantage in that zone, this could be looking good for a comeback with the guys.
Honestly, if you really think about it, this is so much opportunity for them to get their farm on. While everyone's kind of busy back there, and Dr. Lupo takes it to Nate Hill, and it looks like it wasn't going to be enough. Nate's really holding it down right here. Keenan Allen's going to fall all the way low. And look at the material. It's heavy material. This is going to be a really strong structure to try and bring down, so that's not going to be an option right
I'm
now.
not going to be able to use this.
And he doesn't have time to use
Final
that
move,
med
I'm
kit,
gonna die.
sensing dangers nearby. It's time to cut across here now. It's Nate Hill versus Lupo versus Keenan. Keenan's going to get shot there. You can
gotta
see his health
build.
goes down,
Keep
and now
going without
Lupo
me.
gets
Keep
chipped
going
off
without me.
from someone in the distance.
It's Nate Hill. Remember, he was sitting right underneath them that entire time. Now, he's got to make it back in. He's using that sniper to kind of show, hey, please do not peek me. I will crack you. But now everybody knows there's no chance here for Nate Hill, unfortunately, as much as we might hope that there is. He gets hit again, and now trying to reload the sniper, trying to get a shot off. Bugha and Juju actually picked him off. Look at this. They've already built all the way up in towards zone, so they came back
67.
to hold people out.
Well worth
All right,
right
let's
there
just
as they
wait for
find themselves another point here. The comeback story, the redemption arc here for Bugha and Juju Smith. They refuse to be in the back here. Now they found themselves up to
Okay,
11.
here, wait,
Just
follow
off
me.
the elims on their own here.
Just
8
off-
points.
Off the elims, and then nice rotation here from Bugha.
I dropped back,
Nobody on this side of zone, and he's actually going to be able to claim that front
Yo,
side
we're gonna hold high
very
ground, okay?
easily. He's
You
going to
down
build
for
up for
that?
height. He already knows.
Wants to hold height here. You heard him. Because of how far people are. Great shot right there. It's
I'm
not going to
gonna
connect.
build up kind of here. Can I, if you get up here, can you give me some of your mats? Because I'm gonna tarp us in.
Same call that Nick A30 made in the last game. This might pay off because they definitely need eliminations here. If they have the ammo to actually work with there, Juju's going to drop him. And the zone starts moving. I'm not sure if he was able to drop that fast enough for Bugha. Nobody holding height besides this team up ahead, but Clicks looks like he might decide to go for it. Meanwhile, Aiden picks off Tariq Cohen. A lot of eliminations down in the feed right now.
Like what Clicks is doing here. Using that tree to block line of sight and just get his way to zone right now. Trying to play slow here. The entire lobby can really fall right here depending on how they hold this height. And there it is. They're going to come down. They know he's by himself. Bugha, not afraid of the box fight right here. He's going to find one. Great defense from Clicks. Lets the shot back off, and now the minis are being popped.
An impossible situation for him to get out of, but he did do it. The quick edits. Now, Bugha and Juju still up on high ground. They're looking back against Clicks. So difficult right now. They don't want to have to deal with Clicks too much longer. 4 players left now. They've got to get all these eliminations.
Definitely looking like it right
Yo, coming
now.
up right, coming up right.
He's getting snuck up on by Clicks again.
Let's go.
Such a sneaky player here. He's making it that much harder for them right now in the height. He could be the deciding factor of whether or not they get to keep it. Drops back down here.
Here they go. They're going to drop down. Clicks get Symphony. He falls. It's now Clicks against Bugha and Juju in a 1 versus 2. It's going to be Bugha with the final shot
How much do we have?
to take out Clicks. He was a menace the entire time, but he puts an end to that. Bugha with the win.
I dropped 19 or what?
Great job for them. The redemption story is there.
Bro, I wanted more.
The world champ himself can hold down the fort here and make it all happen. I think we got Puckett ready for a story for us here to kind of take things off.
And Carter, Donovan, you called it. Keep your eyes on Bugha and Juju Smith-Schuster. They just showed up big.
Yes, they did. You know, you got to finish. You got to finish, man. I'm excited for this last game, though.
All right, speaking of that last game, we got that game 4 coming up in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We got the Streamer Bowl 2020 when we return.
When people ask me what makes Verizon 5G different, I talk about firefighters. For hundreds of years, they've had to do their jobs in blinding smoke. But Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband is built to transmit real-world data so fast, it could power technology that lets them see through smoke. That's a difference that can save lives. That's a difference that will change everything.
And we are back live from Miami. This is the Twitch Rivals Streamer Bowl 2020, and we are going into the 4th and final game. Puckett here with Donovan Carter. And Donovan, we are about to get into a big one.
Yes, sir. We got an island drop, Puckett.
Island drop is coming. That's right. All 32 players in one place. But before we get to that, we want to mention this game, we're also taking a fan poll. We want to know, who do you think deserves to be the Verizon 5G MVP? Use that extension to the left of your screen right now and let us know which streamer you think has been the most valuable player. But Donovan, we got the island drop. You called some big names. Who you got your eyes on in this final one?
Man, I got my eyes on, man, Tariq and his partner, man, and just see who finish it out, man. It's gonna be it's a close game. I'm excited.
Tariq Cohen and Clicks, I like that call. Here's a look at our leaderboard. Aiden and Kurt Benkert have stolen first place, and the guys you just called out, Clicks and Tariq Cohen, right behind them at number 2. Tfue and Kyler Murray, as well as Chap and KVN, rounding out our top 4. but it's still anyone's game. You got Nick A30 and David Morgan moving up the ranks at 24 points. Nick Merckx and Mike Evans at number 8 as of right now. And we'll keep it rolling as you see Juju and Bugha jumping up to 20 points with their last game win. Los Polos, you still got a little bit of work to do. Tapman fighting for that 15-16 spot, but we'll see how this one all plays out. Remember, it's the island drop. 32 players, one tiny island, and it all starts right now. Monster D-Face, Bala, take it away.
I mean, you set the stage for us perfectly just like that. It is going to be that much closer. Our top 9 is so tight. This is going to be wild.
That was a shakeup in the leaderboards. I don't think people realize Tfue, who's at the top for the first 2 games, is now down in 3rd because Aiden and Kurt Benkert have overtaken him. We do have a shakeup in the leaderboards, but we also have a shakeup in the hot drops. We're dropping in this island. Nothing out here. This island, that's it.
That's not even a full block. That's not a full grid. It's tight. It's right there. You know what's happening. We've all been there. We've played this chapter before. We know what's in store.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy fest.
We've seen so many fights on this island already, but hey, this is the confined space. Every single player has to drop here, so it's going to be a quick spot for who gets the first weapon, and then players like Unknown, if they get a good tack shotgun or something off spawn, they're just going to be just shooting around and chasing people down.
I mean, I did a play test. I came out victorious. Axing is going to be one of the key components here if your teammate can back you up.
Yeah, but don't forget, too, the storm could still overwhelm them. There is no limitation. They have to stay on that island the entire game. They cannot move out at all. So they're there the entire game. Even if the storm comes, they're still fighting.
That's right. We're having some fun for charity today. I think this is some people's at home, probably their dream, right? Everyone just get in there, throw down, and see what happens.
Yeah, this is kind of reminiscent for me sometimes when we used to, scrim or whatever was the last game. We say, hey, let's just drop it Tilted Towers all together and just have a good time.
Some of the best clips are just the team, the crew, the boys, right? The Discord boys hiding in trash cans and how we just have all that kind of fun. Really, the shenanigans that can happen in Fortnite. Well, we're going to see a lot of chaos here.
I want to ask, who do you think is the person who is coming out strongest here, who has an opportunity? I think maybe Unknown, who I've been calling out a lot, Bugha, Clicks, and of course, Aiden and Kurt Benkert. If both of those guys get rolling, this could be huge for them.
That is definitely a fact. I mean, they've done it so far. They've picked their way up. They're in first place right now. But the way this is going to go down, I mean, eliminations are worth 2 points. Let's just talk about that for a second. If you're in the top 10 right now, anyone can literally steal the lead and then some, maybe more.
Aiden was at 36 points, I believe. And then going all the way down to 9th place, who I was looking at because they won the last game, was Bugha and Juju. They're in 9th place with, I believe, 20. So 16 points. That's not a huge gap.
And Bugha and Juju had 0 from game 1, game 2, averaging 0. We saw the grenades. They got taken out off the bat. They turned their entire fate around. This 4th game could be a blessing for them right here in disguise.
It could be a blessing. It could be a curse. You never know with this one.
That's exactly what's happening here. But look at the players. Let's see what's happening here. We're gonna toss it to Jack. We want to hear from Jack Tini himself down on the floor over here.
I'm here with Baker Mayfield, and we're having a great time. How was that last game, man?
Really quick. Way too quick.
I saw you clutch out earlier in one of the last games, though. You did pretty well. We're all just out here having fun, though. How's your teammate doing for you?
Oh, he's killing it for me, man. He's clutching it for us. He's keeping us in the game, so we'll see what we can do this last one.
How does this compare to football?
I'm way more nervous right now. I'm out of my element right now.
Well, hey, man, best of luck. It's all for charity. It's all for fun. We're going to go straight back to you guys.
You saw him right there. It's all for charity. It's all for fun. We're out here. We're having a good time. To think, he's breaking a sweat here in the Fortnite stage, and you saw reverse back there. He's like, man, cleaning his ears, getting ready, prepping up.
That was reverse. You remember seeing him in the last game, just stuck on the outside. I think it was Bugha and Juju who got that first one. They're just seeing him hide there, and they're like free pickings. We're going to hop into game number 4, the last one. This is the Island Hot Drop. All the marbles in this one here. Let's do this.
The Island Hot Drop is commencing, guys, here. The battle bus is on the way. It's game 4. It's the final stretch, the final leg. We know our top 10 players so far, top 10 teams. We're cutting it so close. Anything can happen here.
The bus is underway. We are going to see those drops.
Okay?
Remember, everybody has to go for that
Don't go on the right side by the hills.
immediate drop on the islands. Something actually Bugha did have experience with because he was trying to get this island in his competitive experience, trying to fight off all the different teams who landed here.
Okay? Like that
So
top
you
left
never
side of
know.
house,
That kind of
okay?
experience could help. Juju, though, see if he has the same type of
I have a really
momentum
good drop,
going
bro.
into
My
this.
drop is so good.
I think someone to look out for is Nick A30 too. He does this in his viewer scrims and stuff
lot of
like that. I
people are
forgot.
under us,
He
but
kind of has
I'll be
experience
able to get that top
actually,
left
because this
chest.
is his competitive landing spot. So it's a coin flip for sure. But here's all the umbrellas.
Oh
here's
my
all the
gosh,
players.
no
There's your
way.
lobby.
The entire lobby. I don't even know if we can
Oh
fit
my
all these
gosh.
players on this island, but Tfue immediately gets a chest, gets a
Wow.
shot, and gets minis. Huge
No
for
way.
him. Another weapon that he can use to actually spray down. So Nick A30 picks up 1, 2, possibly. Kurt Banker is another one. Huge bump shot. And then clicks on the bottom side, inside the house, has an AR. He can use that for ages. Already dropped down to 28 people in the lobby.
Trying to find one. Unknown Army is going to fall right there to Clicks. Someone found a door against Brook as well.
Nice, you got you too.
Remember, it's all points. He has to get these points. That's 3 already.
No ammo.
Anything can swing.
He's almost caught up to where Aiden and them were at the top. Tfue, meanwhile, gets another one. Bugha with 2, 1 on the Kyler Murray. Tfue and Bugha are still up right now. Tariq Cohen, one of the players, he's with Clicks. He's his duo. He can do this. If he connects with a couple, he's got 2 of his own.
That's right, and look at the materials because of those siphon payouts right there too. Keeping him in the running right now, but Clicks, good old box fight right here.
Huge
Keeping
cold
control,
slide.
no bullets on him.
Oh, gotta be careful. This is Nick Merckx, I believe. Oh, huge tags coming in from Clicks. He gets in the box.
Let's go.
And Nick Merckx is gone. 5 eliminations for Clicks and Tariq Cohen. It's starting to slow down though. 14 players left.
He has so many points. Tfue actually in 3rd place.
I love this by Tfue. He's in 3rd place. He takes height. He actually builds up with the medal that he gets. And now he has a position that he can look upon the rest of the island all the way in the bottom left of your screen there. Chap's so smart, though. Look what he's doing.
I love that strategy, and I love Los Polos as well. He's staying inside the tree. Boyo's making sure he's just hiding out, keeping a low profile right now. But he has a weapon, so this is the best case scenario here. And just like that, everything kind of shifted. Clicks took
Everything
1st
shifted.
place off of all the elims that Cheney
I'm
had.
curious, is Aiden and Kurt in this game right now? Oh, Boyos is in the
I told you, he
trade.
was hiding out.
Oh my goodness, so smart. The different things that people thought of on the fly right now. We kind of threw this at them last second. He's up in the tree. But I didn't see Aiden in the background there. I didn't see Kurt Benkert, so that means 1st place is now, I believe, probably only 37 points. Somebody lands on him. They stood up way high and started pickaxing. He goes down.
Oh gosh.
And now he's in trouble.
All right, but he's gonna find himself a weapon. The strategy's coming out, the creativity, the cleverness from our players here. There goes the pump. He's gonna pick it up. It has a couple shots. This is huge.
I think this is Tfue's base.
Back into running. It definitely is.
Okay, looking at the field, trying to spot people. Obviously, no, Tfue actually got out. He went over towards the docks.
He's trying to play smart.
Yeah, playing it smart on a bunch of different fronts here, but possibly giving up the only advantage that he really had, but maybe doesn't have ammunition to play with, because that's definitely going to be something. We might even see people run out, because there's not that much ammo on this map.
No, that's the problem here. Definitely ammunition for sure. Symphony has plenty, though, to spare for the rest of the lobby. All he needs to do is find himself a good old siphon of bouncing back here. Metcalf is going to fall, though. Now he's trying to go back up here, Bala. For everyone back at home, this is our 4th game. The last game, Zippany's going to dodge the shot. Ramp's going to get taken out.
Clicks.
The axe is out.
Oh, I don't think he has ammo. He doesn't have ammo, but he gets the pickaxe.
Bye-bye.
Look at the ammunition now for Clicks. Only 2 shots left in his pump shotgun, so I think the people who are hiding out, guys, we might actually come down to pickaxes.
He has 2 shotgun shots. Successfully pickaxe Symphony right there. He has shield for the road. This is actually intense.
With all the eliminations that they've got this game and the placement points they've come through, they're at 51 points now and in 1st place. Clicks and Tariq Cohen are starting to take this away.
Oh, let's go.
There's a trap right there. That's huge for Clicks. You saw the excitement raising his voice right there. The let's go. It's a trap.
They got 2.
He's got all the mats he needs as well. Find themselves a little ammo crate right there. And look at the stalemate. What are you guys afraid of? It's a charity event. They should jump down there and get into it.
Come on.
Might as well.
The speed of this game all of a sudden takes a turn for the complete opposite, because Zone is right on top of this. It might be a while till 2nd Zone comes and pushes them away.
Tfue's in 2nd place now, 42 points, 5 eliminations as well, so this is actually really close. This victory does mean a lot for who's going to walk away with the Streamer Bow #1 title. He's got a
go for these
pretty
hard
good
maps over here.
inventory. Plenty of shotgun bullets. That is the story here right now. And the sniper's underrated.
I think something I'd be doing right now is spending my materials. If we want to be kind of hiding and not really taking any shots, I'd be building a big base. Meanwhile, Clix is going to get in right now onto Poyos. I know he had a shotgun. He might have some extra ammunition if he can find it. He's going to take that wall and the forward quick. Great shots here from Clix. Not shots, but building. The trap comes through, and Poyos goes down. No more ammo. He just got 2 extra shots with another pump shotgun, though.
I have 2 shotguns. One is 1 bullet. Here, I'll give you one. It has 1 bullet, all right? Make sure to hit your shot.
Drop the shotgun with the 1 bullet.
Go away.
Chap is deciding.
This is Clix. 28 bullets in his SMG. That's not going to be something that can take him out that fast unless he gets huge headshots from close range. So he's not going to opt to take that opportunity. Oh, huge snipe on the Tariq Cohen. But he's going to be able to get the revive. It's Tfue. He's going for it. He's going for the finish.
He needs this finish because he wants everything here. He needs the points to close out the gap.
But
here it is.
More importantly, he needs to take out Clix and them right now. Shot goes in. He gets the pick up. 25 void damage. Tfue's coming in again. Gets the siphon on Tariq. But the trap!
Bro.
There was a trap in there. The bait was perfect. Clix gets the drop.
And I think that might be it. I think he might have just solidified himself first place in the Streamer Bowl. Meanwhile, Bugha comes up from above. He's going to go up and possibly spot exactly where they're going to be.
That's going to be all she wrote because Tfue was definitely in second place here. So we'll see a little victory lap right now as the last few players remaining have to decide what exactly they want to do here. We know there's someone watching Clix right here nearby. That was Chap still in the bush. You got Bugha here, Nate Hill. Jonathan Abraman is a tree of his own, and the zone's on top of them. It's kind of crazy here.
Zone right on top of him. 29 seconds, still that close, and we get second zone. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know if hopefully is the right word. There's so many different variables that could go into this, so many different outcomes. 5 players remaining. Bugha, Clix, Jonathan Abrams, Chap. Who's the last one? I don't even know. There's so many different opportunities.
So I hide my pickaxe.
He's trying to hide his pickaxe with the blueprints here. Sitting low, keeping a low profile. All right, and the zone's going to start cutting out.
It's going to be like 40. Yeah.
We still have second zone on top of this. So
The competitive nature is real. No matter what situation you put these players in.
Yeah.
The dub is all that matters.
It comes down to it. No matter what, you got to get both the placement points and the win itself. You fight, that's a risk. But Clix is kind of showing off that, hey, that's not necessarily the right way to play this. If I get enough eliminations, I run away with it. He's at, what, 50, probably 54 points now after he took out Tfue.
And not including the placements, that's going to be rewarded as well. So even more than that, if you really think about it.
They said, I heard Bugha's alive. If Bugha's alive, I can't let him win. And I don't know how many kills he has. I have nothing.
There it is.
Don't forget, last game, it was Bugha versus Clix.
No,
who actually ended up in that final situation. Clix tried a 1 versus 2 against Bugha and Juju.
And remember, guys, all of these streamers are broadcasting as well, so you can, kind of see how they feel and get all the comms, all the perspectives here
Nate.
from all of the different angles. You got Nate Hill, obviously Clix.
We're not allowed to move the island regardless.
They're having, a
You want some
debate
straps?
here of whether or not the strategy or what the strategy is.
Because think about it. I sit here, I fish, and then I
You have
eat
the biggest
floppers
brains.
when it pushes us off the map.
Yeah, but they have ultimate height.
Oh, yeah.
They're not, like,
I mean, I just hear him up there. Yeah.
And then on top of that, they're for sure bush camping.
Yeah.
Everybody's deciding exactly how this is going to unfold, exactly how the next couple of zones are going to play. He's trying to see, hey, should I just fish and possibly get some floppers to play with? I don't know.
Biggest
bro,
brains
oh my
in
God, I know what I'm gonna
Fortnite,
do.
having to come down with
we
a
cut away right when he
calculated
gets
plan.
that idea.
He did have one there in the final ooh la la moment right there, kind of trickled in. But all right, Clix is like, you know what? Just hunting here. Let's go on and run back over, see what we left behind.
That trap gave me a heart attack again, even though it was Clix's. I do have to give props to Jonathan right now. He's the only NFL player alive in a lobby that's as difficult as this, in a difficult situation too.
The worst, he has nothing should he be discovered from his nice
could
little
win.
nook.
He could win.
I'm
If
just
it
gonna
comes
play
down
heel
to
game.
it, he could win. What if he goes to heal off and nobody else has anything? Ooh, he actually just picked up that med kit. He went back into the
zone
trap to
comes
pick
in,
up the
what are we
med kit.
doing?
That was
Are we just
important.
sitting on the island?
I just noticed the trap.
But
But wow.
Only way the heel game hurt you.
They're trying to figure it out now. So now he has heals, giving him that much more of an edge in this very peculiar situation.
Talk about why that's important though, because if as zone comes in, that med kit is going to be used as the white health, the HP that these players have. It's disregarding the shield. The zone, when it comes over you, the storm when it comes over you and starts
Would
to
it be cheating
damage
if we switch?
No, Jonathan's trying to figure out if he can get Tim the Tap Man to take over the sticks here. I think he asked Puckett. Puckett can't figure out the rules. He
Could
wants to
Nick play for me? I mean, Tim play for me. Why?
This is entertainment at its purest
Hey,
right
man,
there.
You try to win at any
Is there fishing around the house?
in any
Whatever it
ways you
takes.
can.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
There's only one, and it's back where.
All right now, so
It's right here.
even saw a chest
Have
right
you
there.
ended? Oh.
I like
mean-
how
And there's mats too.
I'm about to just
I like
go
how
back.
Juju is helping Bugha with the
Like-
map knowledge.
What should I do?
Bugha's like, is there
Baiting.
any fishing
'Cause I need
rods?
heals.
And Juju's
or I'm
like,
just gonna
yeah,
die.
there's only one
You
by the
go over here
docks.
with
Bugha deciding he knows. He said, hey, I need heals or it's all over. You can see there are fishing spots nearby. The risk you take, of course, is exposing yourself, giving away that location, right? No one really knows where these other players are.
I think we did just hear the zone close. Finally, a portion of the island is going to force these guys to
My boy
start
just
getting a
said spam
different
that shot and help
pace.
clicks out.
And what this
God
means is
damn.
they might actually end up
Alright.
fighting, specifically Clicks. You know he's so aggressive. You know he likes to get on those walls.
Bro, I
Not
know.
only that, he has a lot more arsenal than some of the others here. So here it is. This zone cutting off half of the island now is going to condense things and really begin to expose the hiders. And look at how many fishing locations are nearby. So there are actually a ton.
Yeah, but again, nobody having a pole. That wasn't exactly what they were prioritizing at the beginning here. I mean, you take what you can get, but you're not going to keep a fishing pole if you get anything else, because at the beginning it was all fighting. Except if you're Chap. Except if you're Jonathan Abram.
That is true. That low profile kind of hiding out here.
This is hilarious. This is too much for me, man.
These are the cards we were all dealt. And that's how it's happening here. Take a look. Some of our players over there. Nick, you see Nick on the screen. There it is. Stream catching up. They're all kind of hanging out.
A couple of them pulled it up, yeah, to
Yeah.
watch exactly how it's all unfolding. People on their phones, snoozing. But don't worry, guys. It's going to come down to it. We just gotta wait for the zones to come over and overtake.
There it is. That is the distinguishing sound that, hey, the storm's going to start rolling in now. So now it is time. We have Click still in the high ground. Bugha underneath. Whoever's in the backside, though, here, Nate Hill, Jonathan, they're going to have to make a move. Jonathan's going to have a pretty tough time. Actually, the fall
I'm gonna go
damage.
through the house though.
It's going to go down. Tim
It's
trying
not
to
gonna hit for
give
that
him
much,
some
though.
advice.
Two tiers, that's what I'm saying. I know.
These guys really know the game. Like, really know the game. They know exactly the damage the zone is going to do, because it does change. We talked about that in one of the previous games. It does change as the zones go through, so this one, as it starts to move, is going to start ticking for 2. And then after that, it starts to double. Or not double, but it goes
Should I
to
try to
5,
fight
and then
him?
eventually it'll go to 10. But I think the game's going to end in this 2 tick. Actually, possibly in the 5 tick, as there's still so much in the zone right now.
20 seconds now before
Okay,
the zone
okay.
cuts off that backside. So here's where movement's going to have to happen. Jonathan's going to take the ball, and oh my God. Yo, that was a huge chunk of life.
That's Nate Hill rotating next to him.
Oh, he
Just
can't
get in
go
the
in there.
house. Oh, he's got 20 builds. Nate's going to be able to come up from behind him. Oh,
my
Nate!
gosh.
He actually found the spot, but Jonathan knows he's there. He's going to give it up.
Make it axe him.
He's
do
good,
it.
Axum.
Oh, he doesn't have anything either.
Wait, what, Nate? How does Nate Hill not have anything right now? He found the bush strat just like Chap did. This is important. Go for it, Nate.
Get out of here. No, he's getting pushed. He's getting pushed. He's getting pushed. He's getting pushed.
This is Clicks for sure coming on top. Yeah, he's looking for the snipe. They don't know the HP situation like we do. They don't know how much each player has. I'm trying not to give any information because, of course, Clicks clearly heard us earlier.
The deciding factor right there. The tree's going to go down, and oh, little missile.
There it is.
Down goes Jonathan. Valiant effort for him to make it this far. Hiding out, playing smart. That fall damage was something spooky, though.
Okay, finally. This is the zone. Once it moves, it is going to force everybody possibly to stay in zone. They might go to the beach, but after that, they can't move. They cannot go past into that water. If they do, they're out.
Little victory lap right there. We know there are some drops enabled, so hopefully up until this point, you've gotten yourself a nice little claim of the loot there. Don't forget, guys, it's Monster D-Face and Ball TW here. We're closing out the last game here. We're having fun at the Streamer Bowl. It's been a blast, very interesting
Here we go.
setup situation today so far. Here's the zone ball.
This is it. Final moments. Nate Hill gets taken out quick from Bugha, who was in a cone. He knew exactly the situation. No white health for Bugha.
No way.
No white heal, so he's actually going to build fight against Clicks. This is it for all the marbles. I think it's already over in terms of the score, but hey, this is for bragging rights right now, and also Bugha needs to rise up to second place if he can do it. Clicks is going to give up and start looking for... No, okay, Bugha's down below. He doesn't have the materials to really play with. No, Clicks, you got to be careful here. You can't go over outside of the water. You have to stay here.
Look at Hula right on top of good old chap, just kind of sitting close, sitting pretty, trying to figure things out.
He's just hoping. Meanwhile, we know one player of the three have a med kit. If you've been following, you know who it is. I don't want to say it for the guys who are here, but careful, Bugha. You can't go off the side of this. Here's some grenades.
Throwing a nade back.
Possibly you can take out Chap. They're off the side. I think Chap is ultimately the real winner here. We played the rules completely. Clicks and Bugha. They're outside of zone, guys. I'm sorry. You got to fight now. Come on.
Well, this is it. They are in the box battle here. He does have somewhat an advantage right here. So now...
You guys have to fight. You must fight here. There is no hiding. As you are off the island, there's a couple shots getting traded. Clicks now.
No
versus
way.
Bugha.
The rules are they have to battle it out, and Bugha has the height here. Anything can happen right now. Let's see. He has one shot.
Oh my God.
105 to the face of Clicks, and now the pressure's coming in.
It's World Cup Bugha again. You know it. He knows who he's fighting.
good.
Bugha hits the shot, and you know he's feeling it, but back right at it. Clicks. Huge tag coming in. He gets it. And then Clicks gets revenge.
Let's go,
For the last game. Unbelievable. Bugha took out Clicks last time in the 1 versus 2, and then Clicks gets revenge. What a series of events there in game number 4.
That's exactly what we expected. A little old-fashioned right there. Clicks wanted it that way, and he got it like that. We're sending over to Puckett over at the main stage with Donovan. Take it over, boys.
Fellas, we are running out of time here on Twitch Rivals for the Streamer Bowl, so we're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll reveal all the scores, and of course, we got to announce your Verizon 5G MVP. Don't go anywhere.
Yes, sir.
We are back live in Miami. That's right. It's here. It is the Streamer Bowl, and we have our Verizon 5G MVP. You guys have been voting all game 4. It was slow. It was steady. But I think you got the guy you wanted all day long. Tfue, you were playing with Kyler Murray. You had so many epic moments today, and the fans had your back. What was this experience like for you?
It was super fun, man, meeting all the athletes and having just a great time. Me and Kyler actually popped off pretty well today, so I'm pretty hyped.
Well, it's time for your Olympic moment, my friend. I've got this. This is my first medal presentation of all time. I'm a little nervous, but really excited. There it is. Tfue, Verizon 5G MVP, baby. You feel like you didn't deserve it because you didn't get that #1 spot? I think you deserved it. Crowd, do you think you deserved it?
I mean, I don't know, I guess.
You are awesome, man. Oh.
I have an award to give away as well.
You got an award?
Yes, sir. Now I got to give an award away.
Okay.
Well, guys, in any competition, we have winners and we have
Losers.
these guys. As a wise man once said, if you're not first, you're last. And as it seems, these guys were literally last place. What happened?
My controller glitched, so it was like, yeah, it was definitely.
That is completely untrue. Did you have fun?
A lot of fun, you know. Just excited, you know.
Listen, I'm not saying that I could do any better, but because we appreciate you guys showing up, we would like to present you with one-of-a-kind Twitch last place bathrobes for your effort or lack of.
Yes, sir.
All right, get wrecked, guys. We're going to toss it to Sydney with our winners.
Alrighty, so I'm here with our first place champions. I'm with Clicks. I'm with Tariq Cohen. You guys, you clutched that up. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling great right now. Got a little carried in that last game, but feel like I hold my weight for the most part. You know, this guy's a beast right here. I'm glad he was my partner.
He was legit popping off, like, back-to-back games. The WK game, he got, like, 5 kills, and I didn't even know. Like, he didn't even call his kills. And I'm like, oh, yeah. He said, I got 5. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you ended up with 10 elims that last game. Now, Clicks, take us through that final battle.
I whiffed a shot, but it was a good battle versus me and Bugha. But he had an SMG, I had a shotgun. I 160'd him and I won. So.
Do you have anything to say to your competitors?
You know, everybody's been talking about who's the best Fortnite player in the NFL. Hey, numbers don't lie.
I mean, I love my boy Unknown, but he was talking all that rah-rah about like winning, but we took home the dub, so yeah.
Called out. Alrighty, guys, I'd love to present to you your trophy as the 2020 Streamer Bowl champions. Huge congratulations to Clicks and Tariq. Now, thank you all so much for joining us today. A huge thank you to our sponsors and a huge thank you to all of our viewers. We couldn't do it without you. We're signing off from Miami. This is Sydney Goodman. Thanks for watching.